Go through all the MEP stations throughout the United States and all of its territories, you will find that you will see a room similar to this. All the 5 branches of service, all the service flags, United States flag. The only difference probably is that the state flag is different. Now, why is that? What was that? No, I don't know. So why is that we have somewhat of a similar room? That's my point. Because one, we're a military tradition, correct? Everything we do is somewhat based upon tradition. Who we are as a nation somewhat is derived from the fact that we have this thing called the Constitution. And then the history of the oath of enlistment predates since 1776. Matter of fact, the enlisted oath of enlistment started before the officer's oath of enlistment. So, when we go ahead and put that in a different light, well, think about it. Since 1776 to now, how many thousands of men and women do you think have stood in front of a commissioned officer, raised her hand or his hand, and swore an oath to defend that Constitution? Well, it's quite a few, huh? And you're part of that tradition. And this is what this ceremony is today. Okay? So when you go ahead and utter the words, and say, I support and defend the Constitution of the United States, you're uttering the same words that your brothers and sisters at arms have stood here or wherever it was and uttering the same words. And what you're doing is that you are standing in a solemn ground, in my opinion, because you are part of that tradition, starting today, or starting the time that you have. For most of you, probably, is in your lineage, in your family. And you are doing that the same thing. And what does that symbolize? It symbolizes that since 1776 till now, our Constitution has been constantly defended. Who we are as a nation, what we believe, what we stand for, is okay because of people like you. So, if your decisions today, and you haven't thought about how big of a deal that is, you need to go ahead and rethink that. Because essentially what you're allowing to do is that tomorrow's generation, you're allowing somebody else to be able to stand in front of a commissioned officer, raise her hand or his hand, swear an oath, and ensures that what we stand for, who we are, is still going to be there and it's constantly defended, right? And that should make you proud. Does that make sense? Because this is what this ceremony is about. It's when we talk oath of enlistment, it is an oath that you're saying that you're making that hard decision to say that somebody has to go ahead and stood our ground so that we can do what we do. And hopefully, have people understand that liberty is for everyone. Does that make sense? And that's what we stand for. That's what you symbolize here for. So, congratulations on that. On the same note, this is a job and it's a career. It's a paying career, right? Okay? And what that does is that today you have an opportunity, okay? Starting today, you have a clean slate. It does not recognize what you've done in the past, good, bad, indifferent. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you do from now, okay? Matter of fact, in order for you to go ahead and earn the right to wear the uniform, they're going to put you in a very stressful environment, both mentally and physically. You already know that, okay? Because you have to earn it. And from now on, everything that you have that you're going to earn. All right? And then what that means also is that they will provide you the tools you need to be successful, not just in the jobs you chose, but in career and in life in general. But it's up to you to utilize those tools, right? Because by definition, tools are ineffective without operators. And you are one of the most important tools we have in our nation. And the government will utilize us in order for us to do what we need to do in a whole lot of different ways. So make sure that you also make the most out of your careers, all right? Because those tools that are provided for you is yours to utilize. Like a good tool would be education benefits, say for example, correct? That's a tool that's in your arsenal. But you don't get a penny of that if you don't use that. If you don't sign up for classes, you don't understand that, right? So make sure that you also have a plan because it is also a career. It doesn't matter whether you do this for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 20 years down the road, or using it as a stepping stone. But make sure that you also plan ahead for yourself too, because it is a career for you. Does that make sense? Okay? Because in my opinion, there's a lot of choices. And people always say that when you're in the military, you don't have much of a choice sometimes, right? There are certain things that might apply to, but in my opinion, that's not necessarily true because one, you chose to be here, correct? This is a choice. Two, and this is big for me, excellence is a choice. So in order for you to be excellent in what you do, you have to choose to be excellent, because fortunately, mediocrity is also a choice. So don't choose that. All right? Make sense? Good. My 2 cents are that I'm not running for office or anything. So, while you recite your oath today, I will ask you to repeat, do solemnly swear. You may substitute that statement, do solemnly affirm, okay? I will also ask you to repeat, so help me God. You may choose to repeat that phrase. Have you been briefed, and do you understand the DoD applicant briefing of separation policy?
Yes,
Yes, the restrictions in personal conduct in the armed forces in the UCMJ, Articles 83, 85, and 86.
Yes, sir.
You sure about that?
Yes,
What's Article 83? You've been briefed.
That's fraudulent.
Absolutely. Article 85 is desertion, right? Last one, Article 86 is AWOL, right? You do understand that. Okay. It's not like a quiz or anything I'm saying, no, you're no, stuff like that, but just making sure. All right, do you have any questions for me, reservations, or would like us to listening at this time? Good to go? Good. All right. Just piece of advice, you go ahead and get to where you're at. This does not work anymore. You get asked a question on this. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. For some reason, your drill instructors, they are deaf. So just make sure that you go ahead and show that, right? You have a saying that if they know if you're not motivated, they will make you. And they're pretty serious about that too. So, group attention! Raise your right hand if you have to. I state your full name.
I,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic.
foreign and domestic,
That I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same.
and allegiance to the same,
That I will obey the orders
that I will obey the orders
of the President of the United States
of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers
and the orders of the officers
appointed over me,
appointed over me,
according to regulations
according to regulations
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right? Well, congratulations, folks, and welcome to the team officially, okay? Hands down. We're going to go next door. We're going to biometrically sign your contract.